Go to state the roster, my garage deep. Floating in the foreign on massage seats. Yeah, can keep designer on the broad feet. I've been water whipping Earl Simmons on my dog.
What if I told you the Warriors organization is right where it wants to be? Would you believe me? Probably not. After looking at the last night's loss against the Milwaukee Bucks, you're probably saying, no way. But I'm going to explain to you how the Kevin Durant trade not only might have put the Warriors on ice for a year, but might have just helped us resurrect another dynasty. You got some time, just listen. Here, look. First of all, the first point is this. We land a damn good draft pick without even really trying. And let alone, we get D'Angelo Russell. Now, a lot of people are not a huge fan of D'Angelo Russell. I am. Left-handed guy, 6'5" guard, can move, give Curry and Clay a break. You know what I mean? Pretty much. He helped the Nets really come from the rise of the ashes, not being known, now known. And to be honest with you, the Nets are still riding that same confidence if you look what Spencer Dinwiddie. But really the main thing is how you look at it. We go from Kevin Durant being on the Fantastic Five with Kevin Durant and, of course, DeMarcus Cousins. But we lose a good 40% of that. We still have a straight 60% of it. We still got Clay, still got Draymond, and, of course, we got Curry. And we add D'Angelo Russell to that. Another guy who brings at least about a good maybe 15 to 20 points a night. Easily if he comes off the bench or if he's starting. Then you got Clay who can drop you whatever. Then you got Curry who can drop you whatever. Both plus 30. Easily. Then you have Draymond who's just pretty much, he's the spirit of the team, He's a big mascot, big cheerleader guy. Whatever. But if you're watching the Warriors this year, you see a little bit more of a different cast. Why is that? We're plagued by injuries. But I'm being realistic with you. Come on. Chris Paul didn't get hurt. Kyrie Irving didn't get hurt. Kawhi didn't get hurt. We probably wouldn't have been where we were. But, hey, it's our turn. Everybody gets a turn. And this is the year where Clay just pretty much hasn't touched the floor. Curry broke his hand. Kevin Looney hasn't even played a game yet fully all the way through. D'Angelo Russell set out because of some illnesses. Draymond's had knee soreness. Look, it's just been ugly these first few games in the season in January. And I'm just looking like, they say that Clay's supposed to come back in March, but I'm like, dude, look, take the whole season. Enjoy yourself. Rest. Take your time. This is not our year. Well, the picture that I have here is Glenn Robinson III, Willie Cauley-Stein, and Alec Burks. Now, if you're looking at them and you're saying to yourself, these guys, who in the hell are these people? They're not bad players. They're just misfits. Land of misfits, pretty much. But when you look at it, there's a rising star on our roster that no one's talking about, and that's Damian Lee. Obviously, they blurred out my boy D'Angelo Russell. But Damian Lee's the guy. Damian Lee is a G League guy who was a nobody, but now he's a somebody on this Warriors roster because basically Steve Kerr has to force the guys to play. Out of the 13-man roster we had last year, there's only 3 guys that are still there. So you're going to have a different look. You're going to have a bad night. You're going to have different faces. You're going to have to try things out. But people were shocked that we beat the Rockets on Christmas Day. Let's be realistic. We own the Rockets. We own that series. But no, it was a method to the madness of what it was done. Damian Lee was there in full effect to play the trap defense with D'Angelo Russell. On top of that, you had Willie Cauley-Stein, who was in full effect down there to pretty much enforce and stop and check Clint Capella. And then Westbrook just did what Westbrook does best. Shakes per out of the game. Even though I love you, Westbrook. I love you. Remember, I was there the night in OKC when you broke the record. Drove 6 hours out my way to go see you play. But that's for more or less. The second reason why I think the Warriors will resurrect their dynasty is because we still have Steph and Klay Thompson. Did you forget? Are you the best backcourt in basketball? Literally. The worst thing you can ever play in basketball is a team full of shooters. What's what you saying? I mean, I should stop it right there. But let alone, there's people out there that think that the Warriors are done. I just say we're injured right now. And even if that, second point I really have to emphasize pretty much on, what Curry is, unanimous MVP. You know what Clay is, 27 points in one quarter. Let's not even get far in depth into it. But when you add Russell, you add a guy like Cauley-Stein, get back Kevon Looney to give you the second chances. These guys are something not to mess with. Let alone that. Point number 3. I said we're tanking without tanking, but this is one of those things where we lead to something even better, because now, as a Warriors organization, we could either trade D'Angelo Russell, and it seems like Karl Anthony Towns loves the California weather, from what I'm getting on the internet. He seems like he wants to come play with us. And that would even be amazing, but I just don't want to get rid of D'Angelo Russell. I might get rid of a few picks, because Karl Anthony Towns is in his mid-20s, I want to say, early 20s. So, we're not losing out. But at the same time, if the Warriors continue to keep being on the same path, it'll be us and the Hawks. And we could get either James Wise, or you could get Cole Anthony, LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards out of Georgia. There's so many guys that we could get. I'm not saying that we need another point guard, or we need another shooting guard, or we need another small forward, but we could use the center, James Wise. That would be even amazing. You get Dureski Willie Colley. He's another 7-footer. You got 3 7-footers basically on your team. Kavon, Willie, and of course James Wise. We could back to prominence that easily, man, with the Warriors. So I know from a standpoint as a fan, you're looking at Alec Burke, Cauley Stein, and Glenn Robinson III. But please don't forget, you have Draymond, you have Curry, you have Clay, and you have D'Angelo Russell. And these guys are not bad players. Alec Burke and Cauley Stein, of course, and Glenn Robinson III. It's just they're role players. They're not meant to be in the design light of what they're going. And they're just carrying over to a ship of teams. A ship for a team that's currently just been known to rule the past decade, that the Warriors have been them boys. And, quite frankly, I'll even go on a limb here and say this, because I'm real enough to say it. I think that we would have beat the Toronto Raptors if we would have had a healthy roster. Kevin Durant would have never left. But I'm kind of glad KD went his own way. Because now that KD left, these 3 possibilities that I just mentioned now give us a chance to rule the Western Conference. Now, we might have to see King James and AD. And we might have to see the man with the box braids, the straight back braids, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. But I'd rather give my team a chance to go against those two organizations. An older, aging LeBron and a young AD. We've seen what happened to him in New Orleans. He's obviously not the guy. But he is the top 5 player in the league. Let's not get carried away with that. But he's not the top guy. He's not a guy that's known for closing out games. That's just not who he is. But then you got Kawhi. That's the only problem I'm really worried about. His ass was good in the East Coast, and I was cool with that. But he's back on the West, so yeah, you already know what type of time we on. But like I said, man, I think that the Warriors did the smart thing here. Even if we do land somebody in the draft, that'd be great to go get James Wise, or we go get Karl Anthony Towns, or trade D'Angelo Russell. I'm just in shock. I'm ready to see what the future holds for the Warriors, because now we play the high card. Granted, yes, we had to take a year off and relax, but 2020 is going to be a hell of a year. 2020 is going to be an explosion, crazy year for us, man. That's all I have to say about my Warriors. Next up will probably be a football video. That's what I'm thinking. Rise of the AFC East. With that being said, man, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Die Hard Warrior fans, Bay Area or no area for life, baby. Let's get it.